good morning, my people, and welcome to Uplifting Moments with Nika. On this morning, we have a special guest with us, and I am so excited. I'm going to give you a quick introduction to our friend on today. She is a minister and a personal development coach, administrative and service skills consultant, a speaker, a course creator, event producer slash host, and a workshop facilitator. She has over 35 years of on the ground administrative and management experience in leading and assisting administrators, frontline workers, groups, and teams within the finance industry, beauty industry, hospitality industry, and faith-based organizations. She assists those who seek her personal and professional services and solutions by helping them to unlock and maximize their potential for success, discover their life's purpose, or hone in on their goals or objectives by promoting personal growth, motivating development, and encouraging positive change. And on today, she is here with us to discuss one of my most favorite topics. She is none other than Miss Tonette W. Hill. Miss Tonette, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Pretty good. So on this morning, as I was telling them, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite things to discuss, which is purpose. And it's something that I have been, I guess, one of my favorite words as well, intentional about probably for at least the last 3 or 4 years. And it's just giving me a drive to encourage others to figure out what their purpose is and then to actually walk in that thing.
Right.
What do you think about that this morning?
Well, good morning. I'm so glad to be here with you today. And what I think about purpose, I feel that we all have a purpose. And I feel that that purpose is to be utilized in the world through our service. And I believe that everybody has one. I believe that they were born with it. And I believe that if they maximize it and fulfill it, it can be beneficial to those they are sent to serve.
Oh, that's good. Because especially with today's culture, a lot of people seem to want to find out what they can get, what they can accumulate, what they can build for themselves. And I feel like we need to shine more light on the fact that the reason that you were created, the reason that you're here is to actually serve whatever gift and purpose God has given you to other people.
That's exactly right.
Right. Okay, so what are some steps, if you will, to discover our purpose? If we don't know, if we just feel like, we're supposed to get up and go to a job 9 to 5, hustle and bustle, make our money, take care of our children. What are some steps to finding out what our actual purpose is?
Usually there's an unction within you that makes you want to know what it is that you were born to do. And usually most people don't start at the first step. The first step is discovering and finding clarity. You have to have clarity in order to be able to fulfill your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, there's no way you will be able to fully live out your potential and walk in your full purpose. I think some of the steps that we could take to find out what our purpose is first of all, you have to gain focus. You have to be intentional about trying to discover and find out who you are. I say all the time, there's a difference in knowing where you fit and knowing how to fit in. And a lot of times we're fitting in places that God never ordained for us to be in. So you have to gain focus in order to be able to discern where you fit. After you determine where you fit, the next thing you need to do is begin to ask God to show you, okay, I understand this is where I fit in the body. This is what I'm called to do. But then find out what your unique style and your unique skills are. And when you find out what your unique style is, you are best able to serve the people that you're sent to serve. And after you find out that, the next thing you need to do is find your people. You have to find your people because we're not called to everyone.
Amen.
So you have to find your people. And when you find your people, God, what he has placed on the inside of you will help you to be able to serve those. And then you have to also be flexible.
Yes.
You have to make the necessary adjustments because we have personality differences,
Mm-hmm.
and it causes us sometimes to have to do a little shifting. And when you're able to shift based upon personality, you're best able then to serve that person's individual need. And I think that if we can focus more on finding clarity, focus, we can eventually find where we fit.
Oh, that is so good. You said a whole mouthful of stuff right there, and I wish I was taking notes. I'm definitely gonna have to go and replay this one because that was just a mouthful.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yes. Focus, clarity, and then asking God where you fit.
Right.
I have seen some people try to walk in their gifts or their callings and their purpose, but they were trying to assist people that I don't think they were necessarily, supposed to be serving.
Right.
And so it wasn't received the way it was supposed to be
Right.
received. And they didn't get to fully walk it out with that person. And I believe if they knew where they fit, then it probably would have gone a lot better. Oh, that is so, so good.
Yes.
Because a lot of time I feel like people run into being discouraged
Right.
when they try to share their purpose or their gifts and callings with people that they weren't intended,
right.
To serve. Oh,
Right.
that just blessed my spirit right there.
Well, we praise God. And I think also too, we have to take the time to do a SWOT analysis on ourselves. And SWOT, of course, is an acronym that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And even when you're working on your own personal development, you have to find ways to be able to know that when you have a weakness, you can use your strengths to overcome the weakness. And the example that you gave, it often happens and people end up getting hurt a lot of times, even though they have good intentions. They end up getting hurt because they're in the wrong place and they're not readily accepted and they experience rejection. But if you do a SWOT analysis on yourself, you will be able to turn that weakness into a strength by using it to catapult you to be able to take it and turn this thing around. Let's turn it around. Instead of it working for my bad, let it work for my good. And so you learn from that experience, and then you learn how not to insert yourself in places that God have not ordained for you to fit in.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. So how do we intentionally, as you mentioned, live and walk in whatever that purpose is once you identify it, once you gain focus? What's next?
Understanding who you are. Understanding who you are, how God uses you, what tools he has given you. Understanding who you are will help you to live out your purpose, because there's no way you can live out your purpose if you don't know who you are. And once you know who you are, you can live intentionally and you can walk in fulfillment because you're actually operating in what God have actually called you to do. So you have to know who you are. That is so important. When discovering your purpose, that's so important. When you are working on the skills that you need to operate in your purpose, and it's so important for you to know when you are actually walking in it. You have to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you can easily be swayed by others for you to be in lanes that you don't supposed to be driving in and causing wrecks, as I say, because we become reckless when we're operating in positions that God have not ordained for us to walk in.
Oh, that is so good. There are so many people that probably don't even realize that they're going through what we call identity crises, trying to insert themselves in places, and oh, this is real huge. Looking at other people's lives and trying to pattern after what they have going on because they see the success that they're having or the influence that they have. So, oh yes, I think that is a very, very important thing, to know who you are.
You have to know who you are. And then it will keep you from, like I said earlier, it will keep you from driving in lanes, causing wrecks, being reckless with your gifts, being reckless with the anointing, being reckless in actually causing injury to others because we're not in the proper place that God ordained for us. So we have to make sure that whatever we're doing it because we have been called to do that thing. And I come across a lot of time in coaching, I come across women that have a multiplicity of talents and gifts. And a lot of times they don't know how to put everything in perspective.
Right, right.
So my job is to help them to put things in perspective and help them to get out of the middle a lot of times and cause them to understand that they need to focus on what it is that they are trying to achieve. They need to focus on that thing. So we have to make sure that we're not driving in places that God have not called us to.
Oh, that is so good. Y'all, I hope y'all getting this. I hope you're getting this because this is some good information right here. So I heard you mention that you coach a lot of ladies that have issues with identifying because they have, so many talents or gifts.
Right.
So this is an area that you help people discover and thrive in regularly.
Right. Right. And one of the main things that I require all of the women to do is once they find out what their purpose is, I require them to do a identity purpose statement. And that statement is basically saying who I am and what it is that I've been called to do and who I'm called to serve. And my purpose identity statement says, as a personal development coach, I help women to unlock their potential to live out balanced and purpose-filled lives. That would be considered to be a purpose identity statement. And that statement alone will help you to stay focused on what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Because like you said earlier, it's enticement out there to go in other areas because someone else may be doing another thing. And you may find people that's actually doing what you're doing, but because we are not them, you are not them, you're not going to function the same way they function. Right, and my job is to make sure that you stay true to who you are and walk out the purpose that God has for you.
Yes, you just about took the words out of my mouth because that is something that used to hinder me in the beginning. I would look and I would see all these people on YouTube and social media that are in the same lane that I'm in, and I'm like, I can't do that like that. She got this many followers and this many people. How am I gonna? And God finally got that thing through to me that you're not them and they're not you.
Right.
Who I have for you to reach is for you to reach, and who they're supposed to be reaching, they will reach.
Right.
And so once I received that, I said, well, let me just go on and do this thing the way you telling me to do it, and not be worried about what other people in the same field have going on. Because like you said, they're not, even though we may have the same purpose, we're not the same people. And we don't have the same skills and how do you say it? Personalities and life experiences even sometimes differentiate how we move, maybe in the same lane, but in different ways.
Right.
So that is really, really, really good.
Yes, ma'am. We
really
have to allow God to craft out the blueprint for us.
Yes.
And when he crafted out, it may have some similar structures like others, but it's going to have its own unique personality based upon who he called you to be. And I'm reminded of Jeremiah. And when we read in the book of Jeremiah, I think it's the first chapter, around about the 5th verse, when he told Jeremiah, I knew thee. Before he even formed him, God knew who he was. And it's the same way with us. Before we were even created, God created us with a purpose in mind. And it's up to us to fulfill it in the earth realm so we can do what it is that he have called us to do, because people are waiting on us to be in place. And if we're not in the mandated place at the proper time, those people are going to miss the opportunity to receive from you what God has imparted in you for them.
Yes. That is so, so good. Well, y'all, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. I know I have, and I have just been blessed. We are going to have Miss Tonette back so she can give us some more of this wisdom and knowledge. But until next time, when we can get her back, I'm going to allow her to share her contact information in case you want to link up with her and see if she can help you discover what your purpose is.
You may contact me at 318-489-1314, or you may email me at twhill155@gmail.com.
That's it for us today, my friends. Until next time, remember, love God, love yourself, and love others.